This picture of the Nativity depicts Mary as a mother who was very young when she gave birth. It's the work of the English Pre-Raphaelite artist Arthur Hughes. Hughes shows us a teenager learning how to care for a newborn child. She has wrapped swaddling around the boy. The pink-winged angels are subtly yet dramatically defined, making it clear that the two young women assisting Mary are indeed angels. The gold nimbus around Jesus' head emphasises that this is no ordinary mother and baby. A wider view of the painting reveals that the scene feels cramped. This reinforces to us the close quarters of the stable, where the space would have sheltered animals as well as humans. Mary is kneeling in front of Jesus. One angel is holding a lantern to give Mary light. The other is holding Jesus out and looking up to heaven. She is not just assisting the mother, but is making Jesus into an offering up to God. Notice the three angel heads at the top of the painting, all looking in different directions. This event is understood from different perspectives. This painting is quite naive in style, but it has a genuine tenderness about it. A closer inspection reveals how the technique here is not sophisticated. Just look at the length of Mary's thigh. However, this work is very different from many nativity paintings. This depicts a real girl with a real baby in an extraordinary setting. Look at the rough manger, at Mary's makeshift dress, and her hair, loose and matted. Surrounded by angels, here is a young mother utterly absorbed in her baby, and absorbed in the newness and responsibility of this precious new life. Traditional nativity scenes usually have Joseph by Mary's side. But here there is no Joseph, no shepherds, kings, no other onlookers, not even any animals. In fact, here there are none of the things we might expect to see. Mary's youthful innocence is contrasted with her new role, which centres on a single moment in the biblical story. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. The angels are also young-looking, and have a sweetness and grace amid the stable's coarse and trampled straw. The lilac, pink, and apricot colours of the angels emphasise the sacred. They are warm in the darkness of the scene. As we take in this scene, we are left feeling that we are looking at a unique event, one that will never be repeated. Jesus may be a vulnerable new baby, Mary a vulnerable young teenager, but she wraps her ordinariness into perfect holiness. And the midwife angels at her side remind us that while clothing a newborn baby is usually a private affair for any first-time mother, their presence points to Mary's universal role in Jesus' birth and salvation. This moment may be unique, but it is one that each year is remembered as we bow down to worship God, made man, in nativity scenes across the world. This is the original, girl-only, smallest stable in the world. Forget about no room at the inn, there is no room in the stable. It is the epitome of too many people round for Christmas. Here we see a busyness that seems out of keeping with the content. Wings, knees, and halos are all vying for space. Mary is trying to concentrate on wrapping up her tiny baby, but she can hardly think. Yet all is calm, all is still, all is bright. Since these angels require nothing of us other than to look and adore. They are guarding someone and something very special. Hughes painted this scene at a time of great fear, both politically and religiously. During the 19th century, existing structures and ideas were shaken to the core, and England struggled for relevance, afraid to defend itself theologically or challenge the commercialism sweeping across the English-speaking world. How like today? These angels are ministering against those fears and changes, and protecting the faith as much as protecting this newborn child. They are multitasking in this instant and in the world at large. This nativity painting gives the sense of a moment freeze-framed in quiet reverence, yet of cataclysmic importance. Everything is irrevocably changed by the birth of Jesus, and for the people of this darkened world, nothing will ever be the same again. Mary gazes at her son and begins a new life in which we are welcomed and invited to partake.